You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show. This is sports talk for the people.
The Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Real talk, real radio, real people, just like you.
Yes! Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all of your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? The mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's BV, V as in victory, mobileapps.com, and tell them Doug Stewart sent you. Yes, sir! We're doing some huge things here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the Doug Stewart Show, and the biggest thing being broadcasting other shows. That's right, we're executive producing other shows and playing them on my network. You may have a fantastic show or podcast, but do you have listeners? We got listeners. Over 9,000 followers to the Doug Stewart Show on the Spreaker platform, as well as over 200,000 plus listens to the network itself. So here's what you do. Go to Fiverr.com, that's Fiverr.com, and search the Doug Stewart Show or Stewart Media and Entertainment and get all the details. Or just hit up the producer, Tree, at TreeAtTheDougStewartShow.com. That's spelled T-R-E-I. Tree at TheDougStewartShow.com, and come and do business with us on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Yes! From sporting events, concerts, and plays, Gistix has the best tickets for them all. The owner, a veteran and military spouse, founded the company set on delivering affordable prices for all the top events. Also, they sell 100% authentic signed memorabilia and quality fan merchandise. It's a one-stop shop for fans. Gistix was founded in 2014 by 4 fun people with military and DoD backgrounds that are fans of everything entertainment. They work hard at helping fans like us discover tickets for live entertainment at a great price, providing hard-to-find authentic sports items and merchandise. And they offer Easter eggs that give fans additional opportunities to purchase unique items. Active and non-military members receive an additional discount on event tickets and fan merchandise items as a thank you for your service. Again, Gistix is founded by fans, and they listen to other fans to understand the importance of service, price, and quality across the board for entertainment, memorabilia, and merchandise. Check them out at Gistix.com, spelled Gistix.com. Again, Gistix.com. That's Gistix.com.
This is what it is, okay? You know what it is. You have to do the right thing. You have to go home to the family, you understand?
I'm not saying you gotta go back there this minute, but you gotta go back.
The bad boys of radio are back.
If you ain't got no haters, you ain't popping.
Fresh off the Plizzane. You know my dang name.
You cheating some of my...
Look, man, I'm all excited over here, and you look like you scared.
Boy, stop. He ain't never scared.
Stupendous Saturdays with the 2 Live Stews. Grab your biscuits and coffee, boys and girls, because it's game time.
If you not stewing, what in the hell are you doing? In certain man laws, do not mess with your boy's old lady, ex or present.
I disagree with that.
Ever!
If it's old lady, it's fine. If you had love with somebody and the love is no longer there, you don't determine who they get to love.
That's true.
Or who they get to screw, or who they get to talk to. You don't have nothing to do with any of that.
In relative terms, that's true, but they are unwritten man laws. Do you agree or not agree?
No.
I mean, how did we grow up in the same house and one has scruples and the other doesn't?
I mean, I screwed one of your past girlfriends. Well,
Doug Hardy. He's back for the Cowboys.
Wait. Nothing.
Wait, stop. Stop.
Nothing.
Stop. Which one?
Nothing. It was your ex. You have nothing to do with her no more.
We're
And
brothers.
me and her really enjoyed our time together.
We're brothers. We're brothers.
And
We came out the same hole.
man, I'm your homie too, though. And guess what?
Okay, let's bookmark.
It ain't no fun if your homie can't have it.
Let's bookmark this until later. We can discuss this off air.
Truth hurts. I think I did a better job.
Come on
you,
back.
you clearly didn't do a better job, no matter who it was.
All right.
Again with this.
You did such a good job, I wouldn't have the opportunity in the first place. I'm
I
just
ain't
saying.
want it no more. Whoever it was,
Right.
just tell me who was it.
We got to move on.
Yeah. Stupendous Saturday to you, Doug Stewart, Ron Stewart, the Two Live Stews on 640 WGST.
Had he talked to me all week.
Still upset about that, man. I am still upset about that.
Okay,
But
talk to me all
we're not gonna
This happened.
harp on it.
This happened 7 times 24 hours ago, and you are still holding some type of grudge, or you're at some level of festivity.
Yeah, I'm definitely pissed off about it, man. Welcome to the Two Live Stews on 640 WGST. Thank you so much for joining your boys.
Shout out to Bruce Hagen, the people's lawyer, Hagen-law.com. He's the
What
best.
up, Bruce?
He's the best injury lawyer in the city of the ATL, maybe the state of Georgia. As a matter of fact, he is a 10-time super lawyer in the state of Georgia.
10-time super
10
lawyer. He
times.
needs to get one of those Superman costumes for Halloween, man. Hey, man, a lot to talk about today, man. Obviously, a huge week in the world of sports and entertainment. And right here on the Two Live Stews on 640 WGST, as well as iHeartRadio, we're going to get into it all. We got 10 the hard way, which is the 10 biggest stories in the world of sports and entertainment from this past week, as well as the Funky Four, the 4 biggest games of the weekend deemed by the Two Live Stews. I can't wait to get into it, sir.
Can I come clean about something real quick?
Go
man?
ahead. Go
And
ahead.
I feel a little shady.
Yeah.
You will hear throughout the course of today's show on this beautiful Saturday morning.
Right.
My voice is a little bit parched.
Right.
Sir, the kids go to bed about 8 o'clock.
Uh-huh.
The wife goes to bed shortly after them.
How's Niecy doing?
She's great,
New
man.
baby girl in town.
She don't get down with me that much, man, but she's great. And she's
Already?
great. Only if
It usually doesn't happen until they turn to a teenager, man.
Trust
me, I know.
She's my buddy.
I know.
She's my buddy if my wife has been gone for a while.
Right.
Other than that, she wants that breast and that breast milk, man.
You're the second option.
So listen, man, and shout out to my man Alfred hanging out with the students in studio today. So listen, man.
Yeah.
When the kids go to bed and the wife goes to bed, I have free reign to do whatever I want to do.
Okay.
My wife does not care if I leave.
Mm-hmm.
My wife does not care if there's company over. She just does not want to be bothered.
Right.
So we'll talk about the Falcons here in great detail in a second.
Right.
But Thursday night, when the Falcons were playing football, I had a party at the house in the Digital Dungeon.
Uh-huh.
And it's the first time in 8 years of living there that my wife came down all the steps and noticed the debauchery that goes on when the family's asleep.
She had no clue.
So she came down and heard the noise,
And you're listening to the Two Live Stews.
went back upstairs and sent me a text saying, "Can you come up here for a second?"
Right.
So real quick, I'm always prompt.
Right.
So I tell the guys and a few friends that were over, female friends, okay, I'll be right back.
Right.
You got just keep it down.
Wait a minute. You had females down your
Well,
basement?
just friends. And nobody I'm rabbit dancing with.
Of course not.
Nobody was down there twerking, but I'm cool with females, and I had a few females over watching the game. No big deal, man. No harm, no foul.
Your wife is okay with that?
It's again, she didn't know this kind of party takes place.
How many females?
It was about 4.
Four?
Four females, 6 guys.
What was the the ratio of girls to guys was 4 to 6?
Right. And I mean, again, I'm just friends, Alfred.
The voice you just heard is Alfred the butler.
This is a great question.
Right,
Great
right,
question.
You gotta get another ratio.
So I shoot upstairs, and I'm like, when I get up there, babe, you need some water? You need some so-so? Is the baby okay if things all right?
Right.
She was like, if everything wasn't okay, you wouldn't know.
Yeah. Oh, she just had the baby too.
You're having a full-fledged party downstairs right now.
They're very emotional. They don't want to see you having a good time when they just scooted out a 9-pound kid. They don't want to see you enjoy yourself.
So real quick, she says, you're having a full-fledged party downstairs.
Right.
And I thought about it for a second. How am I going to approach this? And I said, well, you sleep.
Oh, no, you shouldn't have said that.
Nobody's bothering you. You can't hear anything.
And you're listening to the Two Live Stews. The last thing you should have said was something like that.
What's the problem?
You should have just walked away. A lot of times they'll give you the setup question, and I just don't respond at all.
I can't do that.
I just walked away. Oh, I walk away all the time and don't say a word. I learned that from my boy. You remember my boy Emery?
Yes.
Emery Lloyd?
Yes.
I went to his house one time, man. We probably in like the 11th grade, and his grandfather and grandmother was arguing, and she was screaming at him, and he sat there like he didn't even know she was there. And I've been doing that forever, man, ever since I saw that. I'm telling you.
Well, so my cover's blown, man.
Right.
Ever since then, she's been hitting me up, at 10 o'clock, what's going on down there?
You having a freaking orgy down there.
No orgies, man. No orgies, man.
And you're listening to the Two Live Stews.
I've got a great setup because my friends can come through the back door straight into the digital dungeon.
Right.
Not go through the house, not ring the doorbell.
Right,
I can
right.
let them in from downstairs. It's a great setup.
Uh-huh.
For the first time in 8 years, man, my cover's blown.
Your cover is
She knows
blown.
what goes on in the digital dungeon when the family's asleep.
Amazing. Absolutely
And my voice is
amazing.
gone because we were screaming really hard Thursday night. And we'll talk about that here shortly.
Hey, man, the show does sound a little bit different because we do have a man, Alfred the Butler, in studio today.
Yeah.
The Tree of Life couldn't make it. She had a horse show
Well, you know what that means,
that
right?
she had to attend.
A horse show?
Yeah, man, she always has to see people about horses and stuff, man, so she couldn't make it today.
Some type of equestrian something? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, she's a jockey, I think. I think she's a jockey. Either she's a jockey or horse trainer.
First of all, man, black people don't deal with horses, man.
I'm telling you. Okay, wait a minute, stop. I'm understanding
No,
you don't get the reference. You're from the South, man. You never heard somebody say, "I got to go see a man about
a horse.
Huh?
I got it.
That means she's got something going on.
Okay.
She's not telling us about.
Well, it probably-
It's none of our business.
Probably means we're about to have one of the best shows we've ever had.
Hey, man, thank you so much for joining your boys on the Two Live Stews on 640 WGST, man. Shouts out to 20 Grand Vodka. They did it real big last weekend, man, at the Two Live Stews tailgate where the Washington Redskins got the beat down from our Atlanta Falcons. We'll talk about them more in a second and 10 the hard way as well. The Funky Four, once again, the 4 biggest games of the weekend, man, and doing what we do around here on the Two Live Stews, man. If you haven't heard the Doug Stewart Show, man, you are missing out.
Oh, you on fire
Monday
this week.
through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern Time on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. You can actually hear the show at the DougStewartShow.com or StewartMediaandEntertainment.com. We have a great time.
On fire this week. I have a question for you.
Yes, sir. A lot of great topics this past week.
Could you do that show and not even really talk about current sports and just
Yeah.
do a show based off what's going on in that chat room?
Yes.
That chat room is crazy.
The chat room is crazy. We literally sometimes have between 1,500, 2,000 posts in a 2-hour span in the chat room.
Wow.
Okay, I call them the Stewie. So we have a great time on there, man. We got a lot of big things going on with Stewart Media and Entertainment, man, and we will definitely keep telling you about that. But today, man, stupendous Saturday, a lot of great football. College football, a couple of big games, which we'll once again highlight later on today's show. NFL, the Falcons just played Thursday night. So a lot of great stuff going on here with the Two Live Stews.
One time to the dude named Charlie Strong who got a win last week versus Oklahoma. They won 24-17.
Yeah.
And I've never seen a man that happy in all my life.
Dead man walking, he was.
That ninja did the Michael Jackson backpedal to the center of the field. He was so happy to beat Oklahoma, man.
Yeah.
313 yards rushing, man.
Yeah, that was a shock, but I think he does get a reprieve at least for another week.
Or two.
Or
2.
At Texas. All right, when we get back from the break, man, we'll give you the first 5 and 10 the hard way. The realest, treeless, fastest 1 hour in sports and entertainment right here on 640 WGST with the Two Live Stews. Yeah. Fantasy sports fans are winning huge cash prizes every day at DraftKings.com. America's favorite place to play daily fantasy sports. Daily fantasy means no season-long commitments. Play whenever you want. Just pick your sport and draft your team. It's like a new season every time you play. So, you're never stuck with the same players. Last year, $300 million were won at DraftKings.com, and you could be next to win big. Go to DraftKings.com now and enter promo code STEW to play for free. That's STEW for free entry now at DraftKings.com. Also, if you use promo code STEW, DraftKings will match your initial deposit up to $600. Deposit $600, play with $1,200. DraftKings.com, promo code STEW.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
Let me read more of this chat before I get out of here. Oh, my gosh. Okay, my man K3000. Yeah. If you're new to the show, K3000, he's kind of long-winded. We love him, though. So I guess this is why Tree's playing this music in the background. He says, Dougie, I feel you. People love making fun of people when they get caught doing something semi-wrong, like receiving extra like free shrimp. But they don't realize that a lot of these guys are effing starving and that they're effing restricted from even signing their name for gain. You give me a damn scholarship and I'm supposed to sign over all my damn rights, all my money-making potential. And if I don't comply, then you blackball me so that I can't make it to the next level to actually receive a check. GTFOH, he did a bunch of GTFOHs. CSI, this is the ish. I'm pissed off about too. That's like dude from Ohio State that actually went to court to get the rule changed and then got blackballed and lost at life. GTFOH, a lot of them. I'm totally with you, Dougie. I'm totally with you. Thank you, K3000. I'm with me too. From sporting events, concerts, and plays, Gistix has the best tickets for them all. The owner, a veteran and military spouse, founded the company set on delivering affordable prices for all the top events. Also, they sell 100% authentic signed memorabilia and quality fan merchandise. It's a one-stop shop for fans. Gistix was founded in 2014 by 4 fun people with military and DoD backgrounds that are fans of everything entertainment. They work hard at helping fans like us discover tickets for live entertainment at a great price, providing hard-to-find authentic sports items and merchandise. And they offer Easter eggs that give fans additional opportunities to purchase unique items. Active and non-military members receive an additional discount on event tickets and fan merchandise items as a thank you for your service. Again, Gistix is founded by fans, and they listen to other fans to understand the importance of service, price, and quality across the board for entertainment, memorabilia, and merchandise. Check them out at Gistix.com, spelled Gistix.com. Again, Gistix.com. That's Gistix.com. Welcome back to the Two Live Stews. Doug Stewart, Ryan Stewart, 640 WGST.
Come on in here. Come on.
As well as iHeartRadio. Got to show love to iHeartRadio, man. Stupendous Saturday to you, man.
You know, there's people in Australia and Brazil listening to the show because of iHeart.
You're right, man. The interweb is incredible,
Yeah,
sir.
man, only in America.
Trust me, I know that. Shouts out to my man, Bruce Hagen, Hagen-Law.com. What'd you say, slip and falls, falls and falls?
Well, yeah, everything, man. Bruce is a 10-time Georgia super lawyer, and he is just that dude.
Hey, let's talk about this 10 the hard way, sir. I love that music. You know I'm a Western fan, right?
You are.
I think I've said that before.
But you don't have no boots, so you're really not a Western fan.
Question number 1 with the Two Live Stews 10 the hard way, man. The Falcons lost this past Thursday night against the New Orleans Saints down there. Tough place to play. You know that. Everybody knows that. It's a rivalry game. But the Falcons now are 5-1 still. Let's talk about some of the positives. We are in this city, man. They're 5-1, but their schedule is very, very favorable.
It is.
Because of the loss, do you feel a little bit different about this team than you did a week before when they had the tremendous win against the Redskins?
No, I don't feel any different because after 6 games prior to the season, I thought this team would be a 1 or 2 win ball club.
Right.
So they finally lost a game in New Orleans to a rival. It's supposed to happen sometimes. They're not going to be undefeated, people.
Yeah.
It's okay.
It's parity, and you see a lot of times a clearly better team loses to an inferior team. It's the NFL. All of these guys get drafted. All of these guys are pros. Just a tough week for the Falcons, but I think they bounced back. They clearly, like you just said, they clearly weren't expected to be this good this early. I'm happy for everything that's going on, and I feel blessed that the Falcons are 5-1 at this point in the season.
The problem that I have is this is a dismal Saints ball club that only had 1 win coming in. Okay, it was a short week for both teams. Both teams played on Sunday and had to turn around and play 4 days later on a Thursday. That's difficult for an NFL football player. But, again, man, it was in New Orleans. that atmosphere is something that you just can't put a barometer on. And this one loss is nothing, man. Hopefully they bounce back and get it together.
It was almost like a Super Bowl win for that team that's clearly floundering and talking about the New Orleans Saints. Drew Brees isn't the same guy again. This isn't the same team that won a Super Bowl a couple of years ago. So they pushed all their chips in the middle of the table.
Yeah, man, they're talking about Peyton being gone next year.
Yeah.
People, teams like the not the Cowboys, the Colts may want him as their coach,
right,
and various other teams. So, again, they're in disarray up there in New Orleans right now. They were due to get a victory sooner or later, or another one, and it just happened that the Falcons fell a little bit short.
You're listening to the Two Live Stews. Question number 2, 10 the hard way. Georgia gets humiliated by Tennessee by giving up a 21-point lead and loss in Knoxville last weekend. You were very supportive of Coach Rick, sir, in the loss to Bama. Have you changed your tune any?
You don't want me to be on the fence, do you?
No. Okay. I need you to give definitive answers and keep it real. That's what we do around here.
You can't lose to this Tennessee team when you're up by 21 points, even though the Nick Chubb injury had a whole lot to do with the air coming out of the sail early in the ball game. But you can't lose. Listen to this, man. In essence, you can't lose to Georgia Tech in 2014 when you're favored by 10.5.
Yeah.
And you end up losing by 6.
A lot of disappointing losses under Mark Richt.
You can't lose to Mizzou in 2013 when you're favored by 7 and you lose by 15. You can't lose to South Carolina in 2012. You're not supposed to lose to Tennessee in 2009. You're not supposed to lose to Tennessee in 07. And my God, in 2006, how in the world does Vandy beat you when you're up by 14? Oh, not 14. When you're favored by 14 and you lose by 2.
Yeah.
This is the reason why I am changing my stance from last week and saying,
wow,
it might be time to investigate somebody else.
Wow.
But
wow.
I want to say this too. I'm not on both sides of the fence.
Right.
But if they were to decide not to go in a different direction, I think it's just a matter of time before all the pieces fall in place for Mark Richt.
Joshua Dobbs, man, threw for a career-high 312 yards, ran for another 118 yards. It always just pisses me off to the highest festivity when a Georgia kid right there from Alpharetta does good for another program. We could have had this kid, man, so it's very disappointing in that manner as well.
He kind of looks like he's an extraterrestrial. That's why they don't want him to be here, though.
Why would you say that about the young man? Clearly he has –
Alfred, don't laugh. Don't laugh.
Clearly he has some issues with his hair, and you bring it out and you put it on a public stage like that? Leave that young man alone. That's a personal attack.
Did I do something wrong?
Yeah, that was a personal attack.
Well, I wouldn't have recruited him either, though, because I don't want my whole team to be converted to, like, little ETs. You know,
that's a college kid, man.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay. All right.
That's a college kid. And see, Alfred, you're just making this worse.
Hey, man, 25 for 42, 3 touchdowns, only 1 interception, and you run for another 2. I want my quarterback to have half that kind of output, and you will be in a winning situation, man.
You're listening to the Two Live Stews on 640 WGST. You are just question number 3.
Well, hold on, real quick, man.
What?
Michelle came in and did a good job in Chubb's absence.
Right.
Why'd they lose?
Well, let me tell you this. Sony Michel, you're not going to lose a lot. Nick Chubb, I've always said, is a great player, man, but he isn't special. He's never been special to me. Leonard Fournette, that kid at LSU, is very, very special. We're going to be great with Sony Michel. Don't worry about that. And good luck to Good luck to Nick Chubb. I'm saying we're as a fan of all Georgia sports. I forgot you went to Georgia Tech.
No, you can't say we're for me.
Question number 3. Steve Sarkisian is out at Southern Cal after showing up at the facility drunk again. Your reaction, sir?
How come Pat Hayden isn't taking any heat for this, man?
Yeah.
He's the one that hired this drunk.
He really dropped the ball after the first time where they had the pep rally. And he came to the event and was on the microphone speaking, and he was intoxicated, and Pat Hayden basically did nothing. Pat Hayden really should come under a lot of pressure as well because of the way he handled this thing and the way it looks. The program just looks so inept.
And here's another problem I have. You found out that the guy that you hired is an alcoholic, which is a disease.
Right.
You fire him? Shouldn't you try to make the situation right? Do you have to fire him? It's a disease. He didn't hit a kid.
Right.
He didn't, curse a parent out.
Yeah.
He's an alcoholic that hits the bottle too much. You fire him?
But also, he's the face of your
I agree.
program, and it's just not a good look. So he did what he had to do, I believe.
But it was okay to hire him.
You didn't know.
Without doing your due diligence?
If you saw the press conference, Pat Hayden basically said that he didn't know that the depths of this issue was were where they were with Sarkisian as the head coach.
All right.
Question number 4, man. The Steelers beat the Chargers on Monday Night Football with a walk-off touchdown by Le'Veon Bell. I like they went for it, sir, but hated the play call. What are your thoughts about what happened at the end of that game on Monday night?
One of the dumbest play calls Todd Haley has ever called in his life.
Sir, you can only do one play.
That's it. There's one thing.
In that position.
There's one thing.
And that's a slant. That's a slant with
No.
5 seconds left, and maybe you could do a sneak.
Doug, no.
Maybe you could do a dive.
No, Doug.
But the only thing you could do is a slant where if the ball isn't caught, the play stops right then.
But Doug, it was a Razorbacks formation.
A wildcat. Right.
Doug, it wasn't Vic.
Right.
The ball went straight to Bell. He can't throw a slant. He's the running back.
Not only that, you know that Le'Veon Bell isn't going to throw, so
Right.
that threat is out.
Yes.
Pack the box.
Yes.
You're already 6 yards back from the line of scrimmage.
Yes.
It was a horrible call.
So when they came
It
out,
worked, but it was horrible.
When they came out of the huddle, I was like, oh my God, they've got one option, and it's Bell.
Yeah.
So everybody at that point in time just has to focus on one person.
It worked out for him, but it was very,
I love
very,
Mike Tomlin and his riverboat gambling.
very risky. Attitude.
Les Miles situation.
Right.
He goes for it. He doesn't care, and he gets it more times than he doesn't. So good for him, and it worked out. But I thought it was all dumb.
We got one more question before we finish this top 5, man. Georgia Tech gets smashed by Clemson. I know you don't want to hear that. Tigers now 5-0. It's been since 1981 since they won a national championship. And being from South Carolina, man, we've been disappointed many, many a time. Do you think Clemson might have a shot at another championship this season, man? First time since 81?
Close call with Louisville winning 20-17. Tougher call with Notre Dame winning 24-22. They got Miami on October 24th, FSU on the 7th. If they find a way to beat those two teams, which aren't the two teams that used to be Miami and used to be Florida State, they're
Right.
a little lacking.
Right.
I think this is the year. I love Deshaun
Wow.
Watson, and I love they've got 3 rushes over 4.5 yards per carry. I think this could be Clemson's year. I have something to say about Tech, but I'm going to hold it into myself.
I tell you what, man, the term Clemsoning for having big losses that this Tiger team has endured over the last couple of years might come into play today, 7 p.m. against Boston College. Psychologically, man, they've done this. They've had letdowns in this type of situation. I hope not today.
Unlike Coach Rick with adversity, not throwing his team under the bus and owning up to the losses, my head coach, Paul Johnson, is not doing the same. He is a bus driver driving over the kids right now every time they lose.
Wow. All right, when we get back from the break, man, the second 5 and 10 the hard way. Stupendous Saturday to you right here with the Two Live Stews on 640 WGST. Don't go away. Stay right there. Yep. This is your folk, Doug Stewart. Want to protect you and your family from life's unexpected mishaps? Then join 7. Join 7 is a prepaid legal company under the umbrella of the Protection Group. Join 7 is the only group benefit or motor club in the U.S. that offers auto reimbursement coverage, key replacement coverage, roadside assistance, gives you a current Medi-File, prescription savings, and fully encompassed prepaid legal benefits that include identity theft. They got your back. The average combined cost to purchase these benefits individually is over $850 a year. Join today and take advantage of all 7 for $17 a month. They've been around for over 20 years, so check them out by clicking on the banner link on my page, thedougstewartshow.com, or the app. Just go ahead and join 7. Do you have your own radio show? Are you an artist or a DJ? BB Mobile Apps is the solution for you. They specialize in creating mobile apps for entertainers. That's right. You can have your own mobile app where your followers can hear your shows or music, watch your videos, and view all your social networks in one place. You can even make money with banner ads and send push notifications directly to your audience to make sure they get your messages. Everyone has their phones on them, right? A mobile app will add credibility to your brand because your content will be accessible to them while they're on the go. BB Mobile Apps also makes apps for bloggers, actors, and producers. The process only takes about 20 minutes. Just go to bbmobileapps.com and click Get Started Now. That's bbmobileapps.com and tell them the Doug Stewart Show sent you.
We're back. Dogs and Poodles. It's Doug and Ryan Stewart of the Two Live Stews.
Tune in to Talk Radio 640 WGST every Saturday morning at 11 a.m. to get all your college and pro football talk.
Special thanks to our sponsor, Bruce Hagen, Hagen-Law.com. Thanks, Bruce.
We're doing some huge things here on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the Doug Stewart Show, and the biggest thing being broadcasting other shows. That's right, we're executive producing other shows and playing them on my network. You may have a fantastic show or podcast, but do you have listeners? We got listeners. Over 9,000 followers to the Doug Stewart Show on the Spreaker platform, as well as over 200,000 plus listens to the network itself. So here's what you do. Go to Fiverr.com, that's Fiverr.com, and search the Doug Stewart Show or Stewart Media and Entertainment and get all the details. Or just hit up the producer, Tree, at TreeAtTheDougStewartShow.com. That's spelled Trei. Tree at TheDougStewartShow.com, and come and do business with us on the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Yes! Yes, sir. My man Alfred the Butler bringing us back on some old school.
Oh, it's real stuff in here, man.
Stupendous Saturday to you, Doug Stewart, Ron Stewart, the 2 live studios on 640 WGST as well as iHeartRadio. You ready for the second half of 10 the Hard Way, sir?
I most certainly am, but I've got to give a great shout-out to the good folks from HalcyonOrganics.com first. This CBD oil, man, I think is having a great effect on my body. It's the total opposite of THC, even though it comes out of the same plant.
And all of this is legal.
It's legal, man.
Wow.
Legal in the majority of the states here in this country, and it's going to be legal everywhere sooner or later.
Yeah.
So check out HalcyonOrganics.com.
Okay. How do you spell that, man?
HALCYON, Organics, you can spell that. No, maybe you can't. ORGANICS.com.
All right, man. Second 5 and 10 the hard way, man. Question number 6. Will Grier is out at quarterback for Florida after testing positive for PEDs. Trayon Harris, man, is now the starter again. He was the starter last year. Agree or disagree with the suspension for a year by the NCAA?
I totally agree, man. You can't do it.
Wow.
You
but
cannot...
you get less. I think you get 4 games in the NFL. And those are pros.
Well, I don't think...
kid, his explanation, was that he took an over-the-counter drug and he didn't get it tested by the staff, which is his bad.
Yes.
But a whole year seems kind of extreme to me. And I didn't mean to jump into your response.
Oh, you did it anyway. I would not take Tylenol or flu medicine.
But you're a pro. You played in the NFL. You know that you should have everything tested by the training staff.
Right.
This kid evidently made a mistake.
It's 2015, and it's a grave mistake that's going to cost him and probably Florida from having an undefeated season. Even though the backup, Harris, is a good quarterback.
Right.
He's got starting time.
Miami high school football
Miami
legend.
High School started 1 game this season, which they won.
Right.
Finished the last 6 games last year, which they did. Well, they weren't doing too good then. But listen, you can't put yourself in a position if you're an athlete to put any substance in your body unless it's checked out by your trainers, period, point blank. Everything has something in it. And there's a whole list of stuff that you cannot have in your body in the training room.
Yeah.
So instead of going through the whole list every time, call, text your trainer, say, hey, Mr. Trainer, I'm so-and-so, I'm thinking about taking this. Is it okay? They'll say yes or they'll say no, and you keep on about your business.
Once again, you're giving a perspective from a former professional football player.
It's an athlete
that had all of those type of speeches by the training staff and the coaches.
Right.
I think it's kind of excessive.
That's
all I'm saying.
Even at Georgia Tech when I was coming up, man, we were told not to put things in our body unless we got it okayed.
Right.
You can't fail that drug test, man. You're going to have a problem.
Hey, Steve Spurrier quits as head coach, and I did say quit as head coach of the Carolina Gamecocks abruptly. Are you okay with it, or do you feel like your big Bubba, that he's a hypocrite and quitter on his team?
Quitter, chicken dinner. And what really bothers me is how the entire world, the media, is trying to sell it as if he's some type of hero because he's walking away from this terrible situation. You got to be kidding me, man. You're a quitter, Steve Spurrier.
Here's the problem, man.
And I love Steve Spurrier. He's one of my favorite guys.
Bonafide Hall of Fame coach. Bonafide. But the problem is if you know anything about sports and football in particular, coaches always screaming, finish the drill, okay? My question to everybody out there that's kind of supporting this whole move by Spurrier to quit in the middle of the season is, answer me this question. What's the difference between what Spurrier did this week and what Bobby Petrino did here in Atlanta a couple of years ago when he just left in the middle of the night to go coach the Arkansas Razorbacks?
Nothing.
There's absolutely no difference at all. Why is this being viewed so differently?
I got into a drag-out argument with a buddy of mine at the crib watching the Falcons game about this. The man's 70 years old. He can walk away if he wants.
So what?
I said, that son of a bitch. I said, I'm sorry. I said, I'm sorry.
We're on very conservative radio here,
I'm sorry.
sir.
I said, this dude was 70 before the season.
Right.
He'll be 70 after the season. He could have stopped before or waited until after, but nobody likes getting beat down when they've had a lot of success.
A classic example of the tail wagging the dog. If the Carolina Gamecocks were 6-0, if they had just beat the LSU Tigers,
he'd still be the guy for the job.
He'd still be the coach right now. Question number 8 and 10 the hard way, man. The Chicago Cubs look like they may finally break the curse of the Billy Goat. Over 100 years of titleless seasons for the Cubs. Are you superstitious? And what do you think about said Cubs? I know the answer to this question. You are super superstitious.
Well, I'm getting out of that.
And you're listening to the Two Live Stews.
But there's still something about splitting poles, walking in the ladders, and cats crossing the street. We were going to New Orleans for Mardi Gras one year, man.
Right.
And a black cat.
First of all, New Orleans is a creepy place in itself.
Right before we get there, we're still on the highway, and a black cat crosses the road. I make them stop the car.
Right.
And turn it around. Because I cannot go to Mardi Gras with this cat crossing the street.
And in a creepy place like New Orleans on top of it as well. Yeah, I get you.
So they let me out of the car, and this is real talk. They let me out of the car, and I went through the woods and came around the path where the cat was walking.
Right.
To get back in the car to go to Mardi Gras.
I guess I'm not superstitious as well.
Oh, I'm superstitious,
But because of where we're from, there's all this conversation about root and all of this evil type magic in the low country of South Carolina. I don't push the issue. You're exactly right. I don't walk under ladders. I don't split poles or anything like that. But if I do, I don't let it affect me where it actually turns out to be bad luck.
I have a terrible day if I do those things. Listen, man. I didn't win a lot of games at Georgia Tech.
Right.
But every time we won a game.
We know that.
Every time we won a game, I wore the same drawers, same socks, same T-shirt, same clothes.
Right.
I mean, I would follow a routine if we won.
How many games did you win your senior year?
My senior
under
year,
Bill Lewis.
We won 5.
Wow. That's terrible.
5 and 6.
Question number 9 and 10 the hard way with the Two Live Stews.
It was Bill Lewis's fault, too.
Yeah.
And for those of you who may know him, he sucks.
He sucks.
He
I'm
sucks.
holding 2 thumbs down.
He sucks.
Warrick Dunn, sir, Atlanta's own, played for the Falcons for many, many years, just gave away his 145th house.
My Lord.
Seems like the media always talks about the negativity of sports and athletes. Let's show a little bit of love, man, for one of ATL's finest, man. Great stuff. Baller Award, if this was the old school Two Live Stews. We give you a Baller Award, Warrick Dunn, man. That's a tremendous thing he's doing, man. Let's talk more about that. Let's stop talking about cats, in whorehouses and doing crazy stuff and getting arrested by the police, man. This is a very noble thing by Warrick Dunn, man. Baller Award to Warrick.
There's a couple times I could have ended up laid out in a whorehouse, man, but we're not going to talk about that. Listen, man, it's the quietest 145 houses to move in the history of houses moving, man.
145?
145 houses?
You would think the man gave away 10 houses.
Right.
We celebrated. The
Right.
man has given away and helped make a dream a reality for 145 different families of home ownership. We got to talk about this more.
Have you done anything in your life 145 times?
Hell no. I haven't given away one house,
No.
much less than 145.
No, man.
Ball Award to
man.
Warrick Dunn.
Hey, man. I was blessed, and I think a lot of my blessings come from the fact that when I got drafted, I got my grandmama house.
Right.
But still to this day, I'm like, why?
You keep doing that. You say my grandma. It's my grandmother first.
Well, we got to talk about
Actually,
that.
before yours.
We got to talk about that. I found some things out about your situation, man.
Yeah.
And I bought Mama that house in 96 or 97.
Right.
And I still think about cutting that check to this day.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
This man has done it 145 times.
145 times. Amazing.
To single-parent moms.
Yeah.
His mom, as a lot of you may know, was a police officer in New Orleans.
Right.
And she was killed in the line of duty in 1993.
Right.
And that put him on a track to being a successful person and wanting to assist his fellow man.
Yeah.
145 houses, 145 single moms, and let's say, just guessing, 300 to 400 kids that now have a home because of his. It's incredible, man.
His philanthropy, yeah, definitely.
It's
Ball
incredible,
Award
man.
to Warrick Dunn.
It's incredible.
Lastly, on a little entertainment note here on 10 the Hard Way, the ghetto boy Scarface was arrested last weekend at the BET Awards after accepting an award, a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Alfred laughing. That's funny, huh, Alfred?
Yeah, that's funny,
That's
Alfred.
funny. That's funny.
Fair or foul for BET to cooperate with the police to set that man up for the old okey doke.
All right. How do you know that there was cooperation.
I don't really know, but
All
somebody
right,
could have
okay.
gave him a heads up. That's all I'm saying. Somebody could have gave him a heads up.
Yeah.
You ever seen the little reality TV shows where they set a dude up by putting like a car out there in the
Fake
hood?
car.
The car's running. The dude come over and looks in the window and is like, I'm going to go ahead and take this car.
Get this car.
It was a setup.
There's keys in here.
There's keys in here. The car's running.
man.
Where's the owner at? That's how they got Scarface this past weekend,
So-
man. I thought it was bootleg.
So why is Scarface even putting himself in a position, being who he is, to get nabbed by the cops, man?
Look here, Ninja. If you got warrants, you cannot be documented to be at a certain place at a certain time.
I haven't been in the state of Virginia since 1998. I'm never going back, and I don't care because I know if I go back and somebody stops me or sees me, I might have a situation on my hands.
Well, welcome back, Mr. Stewart.
All right, man. When we get back from the break, man, we're going to give you the Funky Four, the 4 biggest games this weekend in football.
And then it was on a weekend, so he was in jail until like that Tuesday because that Monday was a holiday.
Don't get arrested on Friday.
You can't get arrested on Friday.
That's the last thing you want to do.
Bad business.
All right, we get back the Funky Four with the 2 live shoes on 640 WGST. Don't go away.
Your season-long fantasy football lineup is locked in and ready for action, but you don't have to wait until Week 16 to get paid. Put your fantasy skills to the test starting Sunday at DraftKings.com, America's favorite one-week fantasy football site, where you could kick the season off by winning $2 million. It's the biggest fantasy football contest ever. $10 million in prizes are up for grabs, including $2 million for first place and $1 million for second. One-week fantasy means no season-long commitments. It's fantasy football on demand. Play where you want, when you want, with the players you want, and turn your love of football into a life-changing payday. Just pick your players, pile up the points, and pick up your cash. That's it. You've never experienced football like this. This isn't fantasy as usual. This is DraftKings. Welcome to the big time. Hurry to DraftKings.com now and use promo code Spreaker to play for free for a shot at part of $10 million in Sunday's Millionaire Maker event. Enter Spreaker for free entry now only at DraftKings.com. That's DraftKings.com.
The best of the Doug Stewart Show.
To give you the history on this Doug Stewart and Tree Taylor battle in Trivia Crack. We just started playing last week. We played 3 games. I won the first one in handily fashion. And then Tree has come along to beat me 2 times in a row. All right. Now, I blame Trivia Crack for asking me dumbass questions about romance comedies from the 1980s. That's who I blame. But she's won. And I got to give her credit. What? I knew you were going to jump.
Like, when you talk about women, Tree has come along.
It ain't got nothing to do with you being a woman.
No, I showed up.
Oh, wait, did you just, what? Oh my gosh. Did she just call me the N-word? Oh, damn. We made Doug Stewart Show history just now. As many times as I've almost uttered that term, you did it. And we don't have 7-second delay.
I'm fired.
You getting the BPA. You nominated for a Boiled Penis Award.
No.
Yes, you are. The first time in the Doug Stewart Show history, someone utters the N-word. And
I'm sick of you.
You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. Good thing we, on radio, traditional radio, the FCC be beating down my damn door right now. They're already looking for a reason to try to put me out of business. And you come up with this. Golly, True. You're better than that.
That girl is poison. You never trust a big button to smile.
From sporting events, concerts, and plays, Gistix has the best tickets for them all. The owner, a veteran and military spouse, founded the company set on delivering affordable prices for all the top events. Also, they sell 100% authentic signed memorabilia and quality fan merchandise. It's a one-stop shop for fans. Gistix was founded in 2014 by 4 fun people with military and DoD backgrounds that are fans of everything entertainment. They work hard at helping fans like us discover tickets for live entertainment at a great price, providing hard-to-find authentic sports items and merchandise. And they offer Easter eggs that give fans additional opportunities to purchase unique items. Active and non-military members receive an additional discount on event tickets and fan merchandise items as a thank you for your service. Again, Gistics is founded by fans, and they listen to other fans to understand the importance of service, price, and quality across the board for entertainment, memorabilia, and merchandise. Check them out at Gistics.com, spelled Gistix.com. Again, Gistics.com. That's Gistics.com.
The Two Live Studios, the world heavyweight champions of sports and guy talk radio. Welcome back to the show.
Come on
640 WGST
Come
as
on
well as
in.
iHeartRadio.
Come on in.
Shouts out to Piece of Cake.
Oh, man. Baking gourmet cakes from scratch since 1985. Check them out on pieceofcakeinc.com.
That's pieceofcakeinc.com.
That pumpkin spice layer cake that they've got going on for the Halloween season is fantastic.
Wait a minute. Shouts out to Piece of Cake. Do you
Yes,
eat pumpkin
goodness.
stuff? I don't eat anything pumpkin.
Well, I'll eat anything with frosting on it.
No matter what the flavor is.
And when I stopped by to see my guy Joe at Piece of Cake the other day, I saw that frosting and I had to have it.
Yeah.
And the cake was good too.
That's why diabetes runs in our family.
Yeah.
Also, shouts out to my man Bruce Hagen, Hagen-Law.com. He brings you the Two Live Stews on 640 WGST.
If you don't mind, man, I got to mention something real quick.
Come on now, before we get out of here, you know our time is limited. We got to
Right.
get this forward and hard way out of the way.
For dads that are looking for things to do with their children, Boo at the Zoo is something that you must be a part of, okay? It's going to be going down at Atlanta Zoo the 17th, the 18th, the 24th, and the 25th, as well as the 31st. The kids can wear their costumes. They can bring their Halloween bags, get candy. The animals are always out this time of year. So Boo at the Zoo is a phenomenal trip for the kids, and it's not that expensive. Make sure you check it out.
We had the 1 year anniversary of the Doug Stewart Show. Speaking of which, if you want to check out the Doug Stewart Show, Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m., all you got to do is go to DougStewartShow.com. But we had the 1 year anniversary, and during that, we had a lot of people come from out of town, far and wide. And one of the things that we did during the week is we had a show where we gave people ideas of things to do in the city.
Yeah.
I've been here 20 years, and I'm sad to say, man, that I've never been to the zoo.
Wow.
I have never been to that damn zoo.
Well,
And it sounds like you've been several times
we go
with your kids.
we at least go once a month, maybe.
What?
Or okay, once every other month at least.
Wow.
It's a phenomenal time. The kids love the animals. They have to walk in the zoo, which tires them out. When you get done with the zoo, they go to bed.
You're listening to the Two Live Stews.
They've got an incredible stock of animals to look at, and it's a good time.
Yeah.
It really is, man. And you know what that means, man? You got 3 kids and you've never been to the zoo,
Right.
you're qualified for a deadbeat dad.
I don't think so.
Yeah, man. Oh, yeah.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I tell you what
That's
doesn't
that's a
qualify
problem.
me, the check that I send to 2 colleges every quarter,
why
says I'm not a deadbeat dad.
That's why you wear the same jacket, same jeans, and hat every day you come to work.
Hey, exactly. You remember our old man used to always say that? I can't buy a suit because of y'all. You remember he used to say that?
Yeah.
I ain't bought a pair of shoes in 10 years because of y'all. Whenever we did something where it seemed like we were ungrateful,
Right.
he'd always throw that in our face.
I called that cat from college one time.
I
"Dad,"
understand now.
I said, Dad, I need some brakes. Brakes? You don't need no brakes.
I ain't bought a suit in 10 years.
Right.
Man, come on.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Let's get this funky four, man.
All right, Funky Four, man. The 4 biggest games this weekend in football. We'll talk 2 college, 2 pro. Let me start it off, sir.
All right.
In college, man, I am looking so forward, man, to the Michigan Wolverines taking on the Michigan State Spartans. You know, this year, man, Mark D'Antonio and the Spartans came in with a lot of fanfare, a lot of talk about them making it to the Final Four, the playoff this year. But lo and behold, man, Michigan, Jim Harbaugh, 5-1. Who saw this coming?
I didn't see it coming.
They got their behinds kicked the first game of the year against Utah, but we found out Utah is actually a very
They're
good team.
They're good.
But Michigan has just been flipped around by Jim Harbaugh. He might be one of the greatest coaches in the history of coaching.
It's something about getting their team to buy in, man, and I think Harbaugh does that where he goes.
Oh, my gosh.
And look at the team that he left.
Yes. The team was horrible. Brady Hoke had done a terrible job of recruiting. He is coaching up the players they have right now. They are playing great football.
I mean, look at the 49er team he left.
Yeah.
They suck now.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
All right. My college game, Bama versus A&M in College Station, man. Bama has to take care of the ball. They're playing very inconsistent. Coker has been somewhat of the problem, if you ask me. I think A&M They do a really good job up front, so they'll be able to stop that run with Dylan Mack as well as Miles Garnett. So if Bama can't run the ball effectively, they're going to have a problem, man. And I really think that A&M may have turned the corner.
Okay, let's move it to the NFL, man. The Falcons played already this past Thursday night. So a couple of games we're looking forward to. For me in particular, man, the Cincinnati Bengals, who are playing great right now, undefeated, take on the Buffalo Bills. Tyrod Taylor, Rex Ryan as the coach. They have a great squad. Took a tough loss last week, but I want to see if they can get it back on track. They're playing in Buffalo, so this is going to be a real test for the Cincinnati Bengals. A team is going to be exposed either way here if you're looking at either the Bengals or the Buffalo Bills. Looking forward to that one.
Tyrod Taylor has been injured all week long. People have been wondering if he's going to play or not. I like this Buffalo Bills team, but I like the Cincinnati Bengals a lot more. They're undefeated, man. And I think Marvin Lewis may have finally found something that's going to work this season for this Bengals team.
Yeah, I absolutely love the Tyrod Taylor story.
Panthers and Seahawks is the second game I'm talking about, man, when it comes to the NFL. Last season's divisional playoff loss for the Panthers took place by the hands of the Seahawks. You got a Seahawks team that's still trying to find their way, a Panthers team that is finding ways to win. Cam Newton is playing out of his mind, and they are still undefeated at this point, but people are wondering if they can keep it going. Even though Seattle's not the team they appear to have been in the past, they do have 2 wins now. They're starting to climb back, and they're still a team that's played in the Super Bowl 2 consecutive years. I like the Seahawks to find a way to beat this Panthers team, and I think that Cam Newton may start getting the credit he deserves after this victory.
There you have it, the Funky Four. The 4 biggest games in college and pro football this weekend. 2 college, 2 pro. Here with the 2 live studios.
Bill Belichick this past week talked about, he was asked the question, if people approach him in the grocery store.
Mm-hmm.
And
cheating behind.
And how's he handle it? And when the question was done, he lifted his head and say, I haven't been to the grocery store in years.
I can't stand old Bill Belichick, man. I really have a total mind frame in talking about that New England Patriots team, that organization, Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. And I was a guy that put Brady ahead of Joe Montana a couple of years ago. I put an asterisk by all of that crap. Of it. They're a bunch of cheaters.
No one's even talking about that no more. But
I don't care. You brought up Bill Belichick, so
you're the only one holding on to it.
Yeah, I am holding on to it.
So Brady goes from not only – listen to this.
I put him ahead of Joe Montana. I
hadn't done that.
I did that a couple of years ago in the Stews.
Yeah, Joe won every time he played in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Brady didn't do that.
Whatever. I'm agreeing with you now.
So Brady went from a possible 4-game suspension to being one of 6 teams that's undefeated in the National Football League.
And not only undefeated, they killing fools.
They killing him. He's like set to throw for like 5,500 yards, and they've lost stars. They don't have a star other than Brady and Gronk. Who's the defensive pillar to that team? Will Fork is gone.
Yeah.
There's no Rodney Harrison. There's no Lawyer Malloy. There's no Ty Law.
Yeah.
Offensively, other than Gronk and other than Tom Brady,
if I wasn't so biased,
who's the receivers that he's throwing the ball to?
Yeah, Edelman and those guys.
It's a freaking system that works, sir.
If I wasn't so in hate with those guys, man, I would say they're probably one of the greatest coach teams and players in the history of the game, but I'm not. I am not.
Brady has the ability to throw the ball down the field, man, but he throws the ball down the field for passes longer than 15 yards, maybe 2 or 3 times a game, man. Hey,
would you like to advertise with the 2 Live Stews? You can. We're doing a lot of big things with Stewart Media and Entertainment, as well as the 2 Live Stews and 640 WGST. Email me at doug@thedugstewartshow.com. And let's do some business. We are doing some big things, and you can be a part of it. Hit me up at doug@thedugstewartshow.com.
And another shout-out to Bruce Hagen, man. He's the people's lawyer, hagen-law.com. If you've got a situation that you think you may need a lawyer,
right?
Calling Bruce is not going to cost you anything.
No, nothing.
And I've called him about a couple of situations where he's like, you don't have nothing here.
Right.
There's no need for you to even be calling me about this.
But he's going to shoot you straight,
He's going to shoot you straight.
Yeah.
And I've called him, and he's been like, you know what? How soon can you get in so we can talk about this?
Right, yeah.
So he's not going to make you come down there or talk to you for no reason. If there's something of substance to your situation, he will let you know off of the initial conversation.
What you got going on this evening, man? Beautiful Saturday out here?
Yeah, man. Man, I'm going to go watch college football. My Yellow Jackets are about to take the field versus the Pitt Panthers here in Atlanta. No, I'm not going to the game.
Right.
But I'm not even going to watch the game on TV. I'll listen to it on the radio or something.
We're winding down for the Little League football season. My daughter's a cheerleader,
Awesome.
Kara Berra.
You can't wait for it to be over.
Oh, I can't wait. She's going to slide right out of cheerleading into track, though.
Wow.
That track is a beast. 10 months. She decided to go back, man. We didn't think she was going to go back, but she said she's going to go back for a second season.
Great job to the Butler, Alfred, for hanging out with us today.
Shouts out
producing
Alfred
the
the
show,
Butler.
directing the show. And Doug,
Yes,
I'm going
sir.
to give a shout out to Tree, too, because it's one of the best shows we've ever had, and she just didn't happen to make it today.
Don't say that.
No?
She's very sensitive about things like that.
Is she?
Even though I know you're playing,
Right.
just don't say
No,
anything like that.
I'm not playing at all. I'm serious.
Hey, thank you very much, man, for tuning into the Two Live Stews. Be careful this weekend on them streets.
Love God, love each other, and we apologize for no Periscope today, but the Wi-Fi was down in the studio.
Yeah. Peace.
You're listening to the Stewart Media and Entertainment Network, home of the #1 sports talk show on the planet, The Doug Stewart Show.
This is a revolution in radio, the realest, trillest sports talk show in America, The Doug Stewart Show. This is sports talk for the people.
The Stewart Media and Entertainment Network. Real talk, real radio, real people. Just like you.
Yeah!